It sound right, boy.
Hello. practice. We'll do one more. Yes, you guys. This is off shame. Lord. Oh, wow. Hi, folks. Thank you for being here. My hair's getting longer. 2 more months, it'll be down to here. I'm not getting it cut at all. It's growing in. My bangs are coming in. Hello. All right. Hi, Mary Jane Doe. Hi, undefeatable Smiley Miley. I'm glad you're in here. Oh, wait. You're a mod. You're a mod. See, look. You probably already saw it. See? You got a wrench. Thank you. Thank you, you guys, for the dance and what are they called? Stretching or yoga or gymnastic emojis. And all of that stuff. Thank you, you guys. Thanks for being here. I don't know if anyone else is live right now. Thank you to the 11 in the tulip fields. Workouts with PCT. Yeah, is that milk? Let me see what that is. That's funny. Look at the little workout things. Muscles and workout things. And, oh, that's water. I actually have water. Here it is. Make today a good day. And I like it because it's got an automatic, right, straw in it. I've had tremors since 1989. And as I get older, they seem to be getting a little worse, but I'm not on my propopanol anymore because, you know, he said it can make the heart race. And I found being off it, oh, it is water, Mary Jane. I thought it was water. Yes, it is. It just looked like white before I put it on screen. I found when I come up the steps now, even carrying my bike, you know, up the stairs, which is a good 4 flights down and up, but whatever. I'm not having like this racing like heart where I, you know, where it's a scary feeling. So that's really nice. Like to the point where I'm like, gee, is it probably from all the fluids maybe they gave me in the hospital or something, you know, who knows? But I feel quite replenished. Hi, Sassy Mama. Yeah, you know, I mean, those are my Zumba sticks. And they're only £1 each because you can't have anything more than that when you're dancing with them, or you can pull your neck out or whatever. Because I asked the director lady, I think her name was Maria. I mean, this was when I was 50. So we're looking at getting close to 13 years ago. And I said, do they have 5-pound ones or whatever? And she said, you don't want to dance and move with those. So in all honesty, though, it's like lifting 2 at once isn't hard by any means, but it's definitely a workout or a repetition thing, you know? Yeah, thanks for being here, ladies. Thank you so much. So the name of my program is The Storytelling Mind. This is really important because I think a lot of us deal with this, where we have our own narrative and critic in our head. This book I'm reading, The Wise Heart, says we have like 8,000 different thoughts per day. Isn't that interesting? That's a lot. Whether they're negative, positive, neutral, you know, indifferent, whatever. So, and I know, you know, there's probably quite a few of mine are fear-based. So like even, my daughter's selling some things, not online, but through some kind of something. She's selling some new sneakers of hers and an Xbox that is before their Xbox S. And I'm like, well, the fear, right? I don't want people to know where we live, the address. She's like, no, I'll meet him at the playground. And I'm like, well, don't meet him at night. Don't let them have you walk halfway somewhere because they don't want to drive or get here. So little fears like that, right? I mean, I don't mean to have them, but you can't be too careful these days. It's not Craigslist. It's now I can't even remember. It's not eBay. So it's an app. It's an app of some sort. So, I think about that. And then I'm riding my bike to the AA hall and I'm off the sidewalk, off the boardwalk. And there's quite a few cars because this car rammed into the boardwalk so fast one day or night that there's part of the metal is still under well, they just left it there. They removed the whole bridge part. And we're talking, long, 2 lengths of my bedroom, which was a pretty big piece of the boardwalk. So when I first moved here, they didn't have that boardwalk. Here, people were pushing their babies as strollers along the side of the road and, walking to the school a mile away, elementary school. And I don't know what made them finally do it, but I'm so thankful. But there's been a couple of accidents since then. But so anyway, I'm on my way to the meeting and I'm like, dear God, please keep me safe on these roads and my children safe at home, even though they're adults, right? I pray this in Jesus' name. And I feel instant relief and I'm turning it over to God, but it's, I have my helmet on, but the times when you're on the road, there's so much gosh darn distracted driving, you guys. Whether it's phones or eating or a bee flies through the window or like that one guy dropped his donut. He ended up killing 1 or 2 people in a car. I feel bad for him, but that's what happened down south a few weeks ago. So yeah. But I have positive good thoughts too. We say the serenity prayer and or the Lord's Prayer at the end. And when we were leaving, a lady was like, oh, is this an AA hall? And we were like, yes. And she said, you know where there's an NA hall, right? Narcotics Anonymous. And we were like, we really don't. There might be one on Rose Street, but not sure if it's there anymore. And I told her, I said, this place works just as good. So many people that have drug issues, along with wanting to drink and probably a little too much, go to AA. And there you won't necessarily have people trying to sell it to you or talk about it so much, the drug aspect usage where it triggers you. So we felt like we helped someone today. And it was nice. It was a book study. Hi, Freeside. Hola, PCT. Are you from Hawaii? Because you usually say hola. Maybe you're from Hawaii. So yeah. So thanks, you guys, for popping in. My lives aren't very long anymore, maybe an hour. I'm trying to stay on some kind of schedule where, they're one an evening if I can do that. And it wasn't too much today, so that was good. Yeah, and I don't know if you guys could pray for my son. He is struggling. It's always early evening, and his psychiatrist is calling tomorrow, and I don't know. I mean, if a med is working for you, stick with it, right? That's what they always say. So it's hard, but Anyway, yeah, his name is Parker. So, you guys, let's get to this. I'm going to read the copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purpose such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. So it's not a long read. Well, hi, Angel Loader, a joy seeker. Oh, wow, it's been a while. Thanks for saying hello. That's so nice. Yeah, this is wonderful. Thank you. So, okay. So like I read maybe 5 or 6 minutes. This one might be about 8. It's the chapter's a little bit longer from the book The Wise Heart by Jack Cornfield, and it's just being mindful and staying in tune of our mind and our body, who we surround ourselves with, and what we do in life. So what is this? What's so funny? Did I do something? What did I do? Oh, because Freeside is not at all from Hawaii. Am I way off on that? I very well could be. All right, you guys. So I'm going to put my avatar on so you can focus more on my voice. I watch back my lives to make sure my sound is doing okay. And it's been doing really good lately, but you guys will let me know if it isn't. Well, hello. Hi, ADHD 7712. So remember I asked yesterday where people were from, and you said, shoot, what did you say? Anyway, what you said is a constellation, and I didn't know that. So Ola is not Hawaiian. Yeah, it is in hello, isn't it? Ola. Oh wait, is that Spanish? Well, what is Hawaiian hello? You're right. Hola is Spanish, Mexican. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, see, I'm learning that the water that flows under the Golden Gate Bridge, and I said Golden State Bridge, so I didn't even say the bridge right, is a channel into the ocean. It's not at all a river. And you'd think at this age I would know all this, right? But I don't think I paid very good attention to geography in high school. But yeah, the reason I know it's a constellation, ADHD, oh, aloha. Aloha is Hawaiian. Okay, that's right. And ola, okay, is Spanish. Thanks, you guys. But I watched a program called Face Off. It's on Netflix. Let me tell you what. Talk about impressive. In case you've never heard it, it's competitions. And these people design their faces of what they're told, right? A vampire or a werewolf or an alien. Those were the 3 I saw today. And we're talking incredible stuff with detail and horns if you want them to have it, and just amazing stuff. Hearts beating under the skeletal part of them with lights. And anyway, and then they make a cast of this head, right? And face. And then they put it on a model. They put this on a model. One guy had a vampire with a really long tongue. And that's how he sucked the BLOOD out of people, with his long tongue. But they wished he had a couple of teeth up here or something. So it was, and sometimes it looks really quite gory, but because it's all makeup and so original, I mean, it's I don't even like looking at stuff like that. And I watched the entire program. There's different seasons, of course, with my daughter. And anyway, they put these hardened clay masks and whatnot on these people and adhere them. And then all the different other things, whether it's wings or whatever, and they paint and they spray and they do this and that. The one we saw ended with a light show by Roscoe, who is a DJ, apparently all over the world. His name's Roscoe. So he did a little show, and these people, the models they chose, were dancers, and they were dancing. And it was really, really amazing. Hi, chicken nuggets. Well, I don't have to spell the word blood. Probably not. I think it's just MURDER and RAPE and SUICIDE. Those I know I have to, that I'm not supposed to say. But you're right, probably not blood. I've had, it'll be 2.5 years it'll be 3 years in August that I started. But I took off 3 months and then 3 months, so that's half a year. So it'll be 2.5 years I've been at this diligently, my channel, in August. And we're in May. So we got 3 more months and it'll be 2.5 years. Because of course I'm not going to count the time that I took off as a break. So, well, I can't be, though, ADHD. I don't think I can be monetized because I'm trying to get on SSI. Yeah. And I have lawyers and everything. And they're working with me. But just getting a bunch of Cash Apps and PayPals like I did about 1.5 years ago, a certain amount over a certain amount, and then you don't qualify. So I'm attempting it a second go around, especially with my heart attack. And I know, think about it. I'm bending, I'm moving, I'm dancing, I ride my bike. I guess I could work. I say that because, yeah, I can work part-time. But I so much don't want to because I have just enough energy to take care of everything around here as a single parent. And even though my children are adults, I do most things for them, especially my son. And then all the pets, and then not having a car and not driving. It's constant planning and making sure I have money for a cab or to get a ride and this and that, or riding my bike somewhere. So I don't just hop in my car like the rest of the world. We need a soda, boom, hop in the car. Want some ice cream, hop in the car. It's like I do a monthly shopping thing. I buy all my food then, and it's a lot to carry up the steps. So I don't know, like I just feel like not getting help. Oh my gosh, hope that dog's okay. Any kind of like regular child support or anything all these years. I feel like in my elderly years, I deserve it. I mean, maybe it's not a good thing to say. We all say we deserve it. I mean, there's people that have just ADHD or just anxiety and they're on SSI. Or, a bad back, but they could work, but they don't, So it's kind of a fine line. But like I said yesterday, when you're an adult getting on it, it's much harder than a child. Yeah, a lot of people don't drive. I mean, I've said this before. I had 2 different permits, and because I wanted to drive and get my license, but when my son was 4, I just didn't feel I had enough lessons in. to take the test. But more than likely, I probably could have, possibly. But the thing is, I would have to go to the courts and be, what's it called? Yeah. What is it called? Oh, power of attorney type deal. And for one, his father would never allow that. And frankly, he wouldn't either. So I just, I just do what I can to help. Hi, Sister Callie. What is DPOA? DPOA. I don't even know what that stands for. All right. I'll wait and let you write it, Sister Kelly, because I don't know. Does it stand for don't something? Oh, see, durable power of attorney. Oh, there's that too? Or is that what we're talking about? Durable power of attorney. Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to have anxiety, right? Like my son, a lot of us have anxiety. And we can take a little, serotonin antidepressant and feel better. But when you've got the severe OCD with it, that's what makes the whole thing I'm not by any stretch of the word embellishing here. It's literally, for him, pretty debilitating. Yeah, I know, Mary Jane, but he makes everything his business, or tries. But you guys, so happy to see all of you. Thanks for being here. And I am going to put the avatar on and start reading. A little bit longer than yesterday, I think, but not too bad because I pick out different parts of the chapter I want to read. We're on chapter 10, the storytelling mind. All right, so this is how we need to try to not attach ourselves to our thinking, right? The storytelling mind. How do we work with a storytelling mind? The universe is made of stories, not atoms. We must understand the power of the stories we tell and differentiate them from the direct experience of life. In this way, we can use thoughts without being trapped by them. The first step for us in working with the storytelling mind is to notice the endless stream of thoughts and commentary that plays along with our experience. Just as the salivary gland secretes saliva, the mind secretes thoughts. The thoughts think themselves. This thought production is not bad. It's simply what minds do. Thoughts are often one-sided and untrue. Learn to be mindful of thought instead of being lost in it. When we look at the constant and repetitive process of our own thinking, we see how habitually it creates a sense of self and other. We maintain our world with our inner dialogue. A man or woman of knowledge is aware that the world will change completely as soon as they stop talking to themselves. When mindfulness is focused on the process of thinking, an entirely different dimension of existence becomes visible. We see how our ridiculous, repetitive thought stream continually constructs our limited sense of self with judgments, defenses, ambitions, and compensations. When they are unexamined, we believe them. But if someone were to follow us close by and repeatedly whisper to us our own thoughts, we would quickly become bored with their words. If they continued, we would be dismayed by their constant criticisms and fears. then angry that they would never shut up. Finally, we might simply conclude that they were crazy. Yet we do this to ourselves. And usually, if we're honest, we find that our judgments are untrue. It's simple. When somebody calls you a dirty dog, all you have to do is look at your butt. If you don't have a tail there, then that settles it. This holds true when we judge ourselves as well. Some of us have primarily word thoughts. Others have picture thoughts. Some of us have both. Some thoughts even take the subtle form of body-based or intuitive knowings. At first, the thoughts tend to slow down because you're not so lost and identified with them. Then in a minute or two, there may be 5 or 12 or 20 word thoughts, or a similar number of picture thoughts. Some thoughts may sneak up from behind. There haven't been many thoughts yet, have there? Some may try to capture your identity. Am I doing this right? If you sense carefully, you can also become aware of the gaps between thoughts, the space of awareness within which thoughts arise. It's as if you become the witness of all things silent, open, alive. And if you look further, you find you are not even the witness, for if you look for the self, there is only witnessing, awareness itself with no one doing it. By developing mindfulness of thought, we can see how our beliefs and fears blind us. It teaches ourselves how to acknowledge the content of our thoughts. We learn the ability to disentangle from them. When we examine our thought stream with mindfulness, we encounter the inner soundtrack. As it plays, we can become the hero, the victim, the princess, or the leper. There is a whole drama department in our head, and the casting director is indiscriminately handing out the roles of inner dictators and judges, adventurers and prodigal sons, inner entitlement and inner impoverishment. When we first pay attention, we discover that unhealthy thoughts are sticky, hard to step out of. We can become mindful of the patterns of thought that condition our perception. We can cut through the sticky patterns of fear or competition, jealousy, judgment, or ambition. It helps to acknowledge the most repetitious thoughts, the top 10 tunes, by naming them. They might be repeated thoughts about money, or conflict, or anxious planning. The judging mind is another common tune, representing all the critical, disappointed voices from our childhood. If we fight it, I shouldn't be judging. I'm too harsh. We only add more judging. When the judging mind appears, we can simply acknowledge it with, yes, the judging mind. As soon as we do, the judging thought loses its power over us. We can even say, thank you for your opinion. Like a sculptor who has many tools, there are a variety of skillful means to cut through the thicket of thoughts. If we are swept away, we may initially quiet the mind by concentrating on the breath, or use a visualization, or the simple repetition of a mantra. We can step outside our thoughts through mindfulness of the body, or contemplative walking. We can release our thoughts by reflecting on death, on love, on emptiness. We can begin to look for moments of stillness whenever they arise. There is a vast silence around us always, wherever we are. We can take a deep breath, feel our body, open our senses, and step outside the endless stories of the mind. We can stop. We can rest our awareness in a spacious and compassionate heart. Then we can see thought streams, worries, and images as only one part of a much larger story. Disentangling from the story. It is a great relief to discover that our stories do not fully define who we are or what is happening to us. With mindfulness, we can step out of the story we tell and simply notice the telling of it. We become the witnessing, the space of awareness. What are the beliefs about ourselves constructed by the story? What is its worldview? Is it really true? One woman, Paula, came to meditate after a wrenching divorce. Her husband had left her and their 6-year-old son. Her grief was great, as were her fear and anger. She worked to become mindful of her feelings over many weeks. Beneath Paula's fears, a voice kept telling her a story about how unlovable she was and how she would always be left, abandoned. I inquired how long she had sensed herself this way. Paula replied that this was the story of her life. When she was 3 years old, her own father had walked out and abandoned both Paula and her mother, and died several years later. Growing up, she felt that somehow his leaving was her fault. Paula believed that she was the problem, that she was flawed and unlovable. For weeks, I listened to Paula, becoming more mindful of her divorce, with all the attendant grief and anger and fear. She practiced holding her body and her painful history in compassion. Finally, Paula was ready to go back to the most painful scene of all. I asked her to close her eyes and remember the night her father left. She was 3 years old, wearing a light blue cotton dress, standing at the top of the stairs listening to her parents fight. Then she saw her father grab his suitcase and, without looking up at her, storm out of the door and out of her life. It was agonizing. He didn't even look at me. He didn't say anything to me. When I asked what this little girl was thinking, she said, "I did something wrong. There's something wrong with me. Otherwise, he would have stayed." After Paula held this grief-stricken 3-year-old child in compassion for a time, I asked her to imagine that she could enter the experience of her father standing at the door. "When you become him, how does your body feel?" I asked. "Awful. Tight, rigid, like I could explode. I'm terrified. I'm stuck in a terrible marriage that I didn't want, in a dead-end job. We fight all the time and I'm losing my life. I have to escape. I have to run away to save my life. And now as you pick up your suitcase to go out the door, do you know that your daughter Paula is standing there at the top of the stairs?" "I do, but I can't look at her. I can't. If I see the look on her face, I could never leave. I love her so much, but if I don't leave, I'll die. I have to get out." Paula began to weep for her father and for his fear, for everyone's pain. As we sat quietly, I asked Paula about the story that she had told since this day, that she had done something wrong, that she was unlovable. "Who made up this story?" I asked. After a pause, she replied sheepishly, "I did." "Is it true?" "Not really," she said, and half smiled at me. "Are you sure?" I asked. She laughed. We talked about whether she wanted to keep repeating the story and pattern of unlovability. "Who are you, if not for this story?" I asked. We looked at each other in the stillness of the heart, outside of our fears, outside of time. We sat together in the sacred beauty of the present that contains all stories and yet so much more. Paula began to feel free. As we observe our thoughts and question our beliefs, we come to understand that while thinking, planning, and remembering are vital to our lives, they are more tentative than we believe. Our thoughts are always more provisional and one-sided than we admit. Ordinarily, we believe them. But questioning our thoughts is at the heart. Is what we believe real, solid, certain? Most of our mental suffering comes from how tightly we hold our beliefs. When we let thoughts come and go without clinging, we can use thought, but we rest in the heart. There is an innocence to the heart. We are the child of the Spirit, and there is an innate wisdom. We are the ancient one, resting in the heart. We live in harmony with our breath, our body, Resting in the heart, we become trusting and courageous, and our patience grows. We do not have to think it all through. Life is unfolding around us. When we drop below our stories, we are led back to the mystery of here and now. The point of mindfulness is not to get rid of thought, but to learn to see thought skillfully. Hello, Mobile Mechanic 1473 Earls. Wow, it's been a while. Thank you. Considered thoughts are a great gift. Our thoughts can set a direction, bring us understanding, analyze, and discern, and put us in tune with the life around us. When we rest in the heart, then we can use thought wisely. We can plan and imagine in benevolent ways. The key to wise thought is to sense the energy state behind the thought. If we pay attention, we will notice that certain thoughts are produced by fear and the small sense of self. With them will be clinging, rigidity, unworthiness, defensiveness, aggression, or anxiety. We can sense their effect on the heart and the body. When we notice the suffering, we can relax, breathe, loosen the identification. With this awareness, the mind will become more open and malleable. Now we can think, imagine, and plan, but from a state of ease and benevolence. It's that simple. All right. Okay. Hello, everybody. Thank you. So, I know I'm my worst critic, you know what I mean? And when I was younger, I used to put myself down a lot. And a friend of mine, he went by the nickname Breezy, not sure why, never asked, said, Megan, don't ever put yourself down because there's always somebody else out there that can do it for you. And I don't know, you guys, like 40 years later, I still remember that. But it's easier said than done, right? Even in our thoughts or openly. So I kind of want to ask the chat, do you guys think that you have more positive or negative thoughts per day? Mine are probably negative. I mean, maybe not negative, but not quite as hopeful as they should be. So I'm going to see if anyone in chat wants to answer that. Mary Jane Doe says, I'm trying to make baked mac and cheese. I've only made it like once. Oh, I can't see it. Oh, once years ago. Yeah, I made that from a Vermont cookbook. And I literally blended the milk and the cheese and a tinge of mustard and onion and whatever else in the blender and poured that in the noodles. I liked it. I've tried to train my brain to think positive thoughts. That's so good. That's really, really good. Yeah. But also, I mean, this is totally off topic, but when I was at the AA hall today, I took back one of my games that I had brought 10 years ago to that hall, and it's just simply trivia. And I'm going to have game night. I think I'll just do it once, like on the weekend or something, where, you know, we can relax a little bit more. I think it'll be I think it'll be either a Friday or Saturday. Um, yeah. And I'll just ask questions from the cards. I mean, I'm good at trivia, but I, maybe I'm not very good. I thought I was always kind of good, but I peeked at one of the cards today, and it was a geological question about Asia and something else. And it could have been something as simple as what is the ocean between Asia and something else. And uh, I didn't even look at the answer. Do you, mobile mechanic? I find it hard to be positive in a so negative world. Yeah, it's I don't know. I peek at. I'm not going to get all political, and we're not supposed to talk about it. But I peek when they are discussing in Congress, right? This so-called big beautiful bill or whatever. And I'm a Democrat, and I disagree with it. And but you do try. That's good. I do too. And it's sad that we're just so polar opposites or something. Like, I mean, who is it going to really, really hurt in the long run? I think it's us. I think it's us, uh, middle class or even lower um, class people that are going to end up suffering more. Hi, Xavier Windy. Hey, I miss say you sent link StreamYard. Oh, you're the guy. You came up once, I think. Yeah, I haven't, because your name does sound familiar. That was quite a while ago. So you want the link? I've been on about an hour, but I can stick it in and see what happens. Um, I will. I would like to see your face in the background or backstage. I mean. Make sure that what I'm make sure nothing nefarious is going to happen. There it is. It went in nicely. I miss say you sent link StreamYard laugh emoji. So I'm assuming you want to come up for a few moments or for a little while, depending on. Oh, I'm sure, Mary Jane Doe, your mac and cheese will be delish. Let us know how it turns out. Okay, well, nobody's grabbing the StreamYard link. So, yeah. So, you guys, my lives are about an hour, and I have 20 hours per month. And today's the 21st, so I have exactly a week left and about 6 or 7 hours. So, just dropping in. Had a rough day. Going on to bed. Have a great night. Hi, Super Kendall 100. Thank you. Thanks for saying hi. And I'm sorry you had a rough day. Wow. Prayers for you. It's you just never know what a day will bring. It was very good to see you again. Thank you. Thanks so much. Well, you know, if the song makes me feel like moving around, everybody has them. Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's like family or health wise or what. Truth Seeker needs prayers, you guys. She's extremely worried. Um, and I just don't reach out massively to people anymore and try to kind of be helpful. I mean, I'll say prayers on here and stuff, but I've got to limit my stress level in my own life with my own family. Do you know what I mean? So, prayers to you, Super Kendall 100, and anyone else that needs them. So, thank you for coming in, and I really mean that, every single one of you, and saying hi. I know you'd probably like to stay on here a little longer, but I gotta limit my StreamYard time a little bit. If I was rich, I could pay for the payment plan, but they raised the rate a little bit. Um, so, all right. So this is of Shane music I'm playing, Ofshane. And this song is called Caballero. And I'm going to let it take us out. All right, you guys, please hit the like. Please subscribe if you're willing to. And play a song and take us out. Thanks for being here. Love you all very much. Stay healthy, stay strong. Oh, for fuck's sake. I cannot believe this. Yeah, thanks. Wow. This African American man just rubbed his penis all over in the backstage. Oh my God, really, Mary Jane Joe? Hello, Vista Breaks. Hi, Arco Show. He had a mask on. It's good size. I could definitely see it. I panicked because I thought, wait, can other people see it? Do I have to take this live down? But it was backstage. Oh, God. It wasn't very nice. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Okay. this guy, just before I realized what was even happening, because I'm ending and I'm ending, and a song's taking me out, doing his thing, and it was pretty quick. He had this gray ski hat thing on, and in maybe 4 seconds, because I wanted to take him off backstage, by the time I was going to do that, he just waves and then is gone. It's like, Mary Jane Doe, am I going to get in trouble for having this sort of free porn show in the backstage? But as long as it wasn't up on stage, I'm not in trouble, am I? And of course, I banned him, Xavier Windy, because he did that. Thank God. Oh my God. He literally could have. Okay. Thanks, Mary Jane Doe. He literally could have come up on stage and done that. And then I would have lost my whole life. So part of me almost wants to thank him for not doing that. Do you know what I mean? Okay. Yeah, you guys didn't see anything. Yeah. Yeah. So I banned him in his comments, and I think he's a different one. He's the one that says, he said to me, "I'll see you next time, mommy," or something. Yeah. Well, I don't know. What I've learned in my life is men are constantly horny, it seems like. And yeah, it's been what, good year and a half since I've seen one. So yeah, that was, you never know what a day will bring. My God. I know, Mary Jane Doe. I'm just like, good grief. All right, so I'm done. Thank you for being here. Uh, and yeah, I'm kind of tongue tied because I'm just in shock. I thought he was a different African American man that came up and was just talking once. It's it's kind of weird to see a real one. Oh my God, just out of the blue like that. Jesus. All right, I'm going to go. I'll probably, hopefully, see you all tomorrow, okay? Bye bye. Bye in the tulip fields. Thank God. Thank you, Xavier, for not coming up and ruining my life and coming on panel. I literally was going to let you up. Because I was looking at his face. I knew I was going to let him up. My show is over. But then all of a sudden, it's right there in my face. Is you know what? Okay, then. All right. Bye, everybody. Stay safe. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Stay strong. Stay wise. Stay mindful. Good night. Good night, everybody. Thank you, Mary Jane Doe. You too.